What the heck?
They say this is England's most haunted inn, from poltergeist activity to full-bodied apparitions and shadow figures watching you sleep. There's no type of paranormal occurrence that the very haunted Jamaica Inn hasn't been host to, but does this incredibly haunted location live up to the hype of its many ghost stories that span back more than a century? There's only one way to find out.
Whoa.
What the f was that? Oh my god.
Ooh.
What?
My phone just moved. That scared the shit out of me.
Crypt Keepers tonight. We are investigating one of the most haunted places in England. Scrap that. One of the most haunted places in the world, the Jamaica Inn. This place is so notorious in the paranormal because the amount of ghost stories coming out of this place is just insane.
So the Jamaica Inn sort of gives me Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. There's even a ghost here that has been nicknamed Jack. And the painting of him downstairs looks like a certain Captain Jack, if you know what I mean. We've got the worst weather here as well, which just adds to the creep factor of this place. Like, it's just sitting in the middle of the Bodmin Moor. There's a thick fog hanging over, just raining all day. Who knows what that could bring energy-wise tonight.
Jared and I are sleeping here tonight. We have access to 4 different rooms, plus the whole museum, plus the whole bar area. And I know that this is going to be a good night because already today, broad daylight, I had a paranormal experience and I'm so keen to share it with you all because I actually managed to capture this on camera.
Amy also showed me a video of an experience she had here today while I was getting the bags in and she was checking into her room, and it is really, really, really cool. So make sure you stay tuned to that because you do not want to miss it.
But I'm just so excited for this one. I have always wanted to visit here. I have always wanted to stay here, sleep here, and I get to investigate here. So stay tuned.
The Jamaica Inn dates back to the mid-1700s, a coaching stop for travellers passing through Cornwall, and later a safe haven for smugglers due to its isolation. But the haunted history of the inn stretches back more than a century, beginning with a stranger who visited, now affectionately known as Jack. Jack is said to have had his last drink at the Jamaica Inn's bar, before being beckoned outside, and after this, he was never seen again, alive anyway, with his body discovered the next day in the moor. Jack has since been sighted around the inn as early as 1911, when a man in old-fashioned clothing was reported sitting outside, but many other spirits would follow Jack, with the Jamaica Inn becoming well known as one of the most paranormally active places in Britain.
Jamaica Inn was built in 1776, so where we're sitting now was open moorland. With the increases in taxes due to the War of the French and obviously, you know, the colonies in America, taxation was very, very high. Cornish people are very, very proud people and they saw a way to forgo the taxes and make some money on the side. And it wasn't just smugglers, a whole community were involved in this and they called themselves Cornish free traders. Brandy, tea, all sorts of things were smuggled in. A ship would come in, the local farmers' mules would be used to bring the goods in and it would follow along the coast. So the Jamaica Inn was perfectly situated as part of its going forward up the counties and then gradually being bought off. That is how they made their money. Well, the Jamaica Inn is quite an enigma. As a paranormal investigator with a skeptical viewpoint, for the last 8.5 years, I've been totally fascinated by what supposedly haunts here. Now, the first registered haunting was 1911 of a man sat on the wall, dressed in older period costume. When locals tried to converse with him, he simply disappeared. Lucky enough, with research and interviewing, we found out that the paranormal reports have changed greatly. In the 1950s, a man in a green cape was seen, and also reports of someone folding up the guests' clothes while they slept in their bed, and in the morning their clothes were nice and neat by the end of the bed for them. Now, of course, there's a plethora of ghostly reports that we document with myself and the team that have all had some very strange experiences. A little Victorian girl in a grey dress, white oversmock, blonde curly hair, a little boy. The most common names used for them are Elizabeth and Tommy, and we have documentation of children of that name here. Obviously, Jack, the supposed sailor that was lured out into the moor and killed for his bag of coin. He's a naughty poltergeist. So he might grab your right buttock, you know, do naughty things like push pints off a table and things like that. We have James, the son of the original owner, this great big man, a Victorian lady, and a Gandalf figure, a pilgrim, and even a US airman. So it's quite a mixture, but recently we have a modern ghost that's been seen 3 times, dressed in jeans with a short haircut. The day I fell in love with the Jamaica Inn was many years previously to doing the paranormal here, is when I was here on a public paranormal night and I saw the Victorian little girl. Since then, I've seen little ghostly footsteps under the cabinet here to my right. Room 5, I stayed there with a friend of mine and we had footsteps going around from one side of the bed to the other. As any other really good paranormal investigator, I put the quilt over my head because that protects you from everything.
With so many ghost stories coming out of the Jamaica Inn, we couldn't resist visiting and spending the entire night within some of the site's most active areas. We'd begin our investigation within the inn's museum, where full-bodied apparitions have been seen, and I'd have a rather compelling personal experience. So if you're ready to take on the extremely haunted Jamaica Inn with us, hit like, subscribe, and let's jump into the investigation.
Crypt Keepers, it is finally time. I am so ready and so excited to investigate the Jamaica Inn.
Oh my God.
I forgot what the name of it was.
We have, you know what, we have done a lot of investigations and we're running low on sleep, so cut us some slack.
This is night 4 in a row. We have investigated 4 nights in a row, so yeah. Jamaica Inn, baby. Ooh.
You know what, I don't feel like we have actually investigated a place for pirates before.
They ain't pirates, they're smugglers, or Cornish fair traders, as they like to be known.
Right, so they were importing goods to avoid taxes, right? So don't think like your Pirates of the Caribbean pirates, think like modern day tax evaders.
Let's look at this image here on the wall. Looks pirate-ish. I love it. You know what? Let's ask them. Let's let them talk for themselves. I'm going to roll Ghost Tube. And we're rolling. Can you open the door?
You ready? Do you hear like a ting sound there?
I thought that was you.
Oh, maybe it was me.
Anyway. Now, there was a famous book written by this lady named Daphne about this inn. Basically, she got lost on Bodmin Moor, didn't know what to do because the Cornish weather set in, but the horses knew what to do. The horses led her back here to the Jamaica Inn to safety. And here she was regaled with stories of smugglers and ghosts, and then I guess used that as inspiration to write a book, which is just so cool.
Yeah, and they've got her articles about her and stuff all over the place. I think this is actually her original desk.
Well, this part of the museum is dedicated to her. Probably assume a lot of this is original. I want to read the book now. I've not read it. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I love coming into museums, like a lot of sort of military history in this area of Cornwall as well. We just investigated Bodmin Jail actually, and there was a lot of history to do with the military there too, which I didn't realise and know about.
And what's cool is we actually got military stuff there. So it'll be interesting if we get that tonight. I also want to call out Royal Connections. I think because of Daphne, she actually got letters written to her from the royal family and stuff. Here we go. I'm looking at one right now from Prince Charles, up to King Charles now, right?
Yeah.
A letter from him, so that's pretty cool.
I don't even know what is really in all of these rooms. I haven't had a chance to explore. But of course, they have had activity in here. There's been sightings of children, full-grown people too, but also just sightings of legs and all sorts of weird stuff.
Obviously, during the years, the Jamaica Inn has changed considerably. Extensions, people didn't realise that up until about 1970-71, there was no floor above us. You could see into the rafters, because this would be the barn. For next door were the stables, and there were horses here up until the 1950s. The museum is a very interesting place. The big man, the big shadow man, that first of all we used to call Edward, and we find that when we started calling him James, we started to get interaction. Children the little girl, little boy, and also the smell of hunting dogs, because when this became a temperance house in 1880, it was used for lodging, for shooting on the moor, and they would hire not only horses but the dogs as well.
Do we know if there's been any animals? Because what is now the museum, this is now what would have been formerly the barn, right? Like, I'm curious if there's been any reports of animal ghosts.
The smell of hunting dogs. But I also know there's some famous ghost stories about at least the courtyard, where people have heard horse hooves and carriages, but I don't think that's been reported in more recent years.
Oh, look, Ames. Is this a movie or a theatre show? If it's a movie, we should check it out. But I think it's a theatre show. My bad.
Get out of here. I guess a lot of ship memorabilia, because smugglers. Here, smugglers' tricks and tools.
Wooden leg, check that out. Like a...
You did not find a peg leg.
I did find a peg leg, I'm being serious, look, wooden leg.
Oh
But like
God.
an actual legit one, not like the sort of ones you see in like cartoons. Look, peg leg Jack Hooper died on the 9th of February 96, and it was at his own request that this wooden leg be donated to the Jamaica Inn Museum by his family.
Oh, good on him.
Don't get that confused though, that's not the Jack ghost that we've heard about from our interviewers though, that's just a different person called Jack.
If there is anyone here in this museum, it's a museum now, maybe it looks like a stable to you. My name is Amy and I'm here tonight with Jared. We've come a very, very long way to visit you, and we would love to interact. If there's somebody here who can do something to show us that they're here, can you make a little noise on something, or perhaps you can come up to my hand and use this device to talk to me.
Ooh, I just heard like a...
I don't know where that came from, but I heard it too.
Yeah, can I just check that?
I don't think it was... I actually thought it was going to be down that end, closer to our camera down there.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I can replicate the sound, like whether it was glass tapping or something.
Can you make that noise again? I think we heard you. I thought it was more like a... They got shackles in here.
So, I mean, obviously, when you think pirates and smugglers, you think treasure, but it wasn't necessarily... I know there's a chest of like coins here, but it wasn't necessarily like coins and treasure that they were necessarily smuggling in. It was also things like alcohol and anything that was contraband at the time or was highly taxed for import.
And I've even heard stories, I don't know if this is true historical fact or maybe it's just spanned from folklore, but there's one window here at the inn where allegedly they would light a candle, and that was to signify, hey, the coast is clear. Can you tell us, maybe you can tell us what used to be smuggled here?
Barrels of spirits.
Yes.
Different kind of spirit. Yep, so a lot of alcohol.
Can you make a little noise for us? If you do too, that's more distinct for us. If you can do that for me, I would appreciate that.
Whoa, look how long this gun is.
Oh my God, you scared me.
Wow, that is a long gun. For those of you at home, I would say that is close to 2 meters, not quite.
Yeah, that is a long ass gun.
Wonder if weapons was something they smuggled. I definitely think tea was something that they were smuggling in as well. Look, yeah, see? Tea taxed.
Betrayed.
Betrayed.
Okay, that's interesting, and I'm sorry to hear that. Can we have a name as to who we're talking to? Or a name of who betrayed you? That's our first word. We've been in here quite a while.
That is interesting too. Smugglers, illegal trade, maybe someone got snitched on or...
Right, maybe. And that's exactly what we're talking about as well, smugglers. It's a huge part of the history here. Okay, betrayed. Do you have a story or a message? Something that you want to be made known? Is there some more information that you can tell me?
We continued reaching out without any further responses from GhostTube, and besides some noises that we were able to debunk as natural in the museum's makeshift theatre, nothing. So we decided to try a different method of communication, and just as we were setting up, things began to kick off.
Okay, I'm coming.
Right here, right here, right here. Quick, quick, quick. I can smell it.
Yeah.
Wet dog, I can smell it. Oh, and we just had a cat ball going off. Alright, quick. So guys.
Hurry up and roll that, because
Yeah.
I think the tripwire went off as well. One of the reports in here, cat ball again, is smelling wet dog, and I can smell it, Jared can smell it.
So you're smelling it too? Yeah, I can smell wet
in
dog
this
right
area.
here, right here, right now. Right here, right now. And there goes the couple. And I think I just heard a
I thought I heard.
footstep above us. So this part of the museum above us is an attic space, right? There shouldn't be any rooms above us. The rooms are over the theatre room.
I just heard a few footsteps.
Footsteps, couple. Wow, this is how many ones. Footsteps, couple, and I'm smelling wet dog right now. And Amy, you can also smell it.
Here, I swapped the cat ball that had been triggering in case it was a false positive and continued setting up when we would again smell the scent of dog.
That's rolling, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me just double check. Dog cam.
Oh, and I can smell it here. I can smell it here now too. So it's not like it's just that corner. I can actually smell it here. I feel like it's moving.
It's not.
It smells like wet dog. I think the way our interviewer earlier, the way Corrine described it, I feel like she said they can smell hunting dogs. I don't know what that smell is. All I can say is I can smell wet dog.
It's not like you, is it?
I hope
Let me
not.
smell you. Can never be sure.
Sure not. I showered today, bathed today.
Yeah, but this jacket or something.
We don't have a dog.
No, yeah, but you might just smell.
No, it's definitely not me.
He doesn't
Definitely
smell.
not me. Seriously, I'm smelling phantom wet dog smell.
Okay, so I just hit roll. If there is anybody here, especially children, maybe a little girl or a little boy, I've heard your name is Elizabeth or Tommy. My name's Amy and this is Jared and we will love to talk to you. I've put some toys on the floor here. They're actually very fun and very pretty. If you go up to some of them, they'll make lovely lights. But you can also talk to me. If you come up to my hand, maybe you can use this and explain why you were betrayed. Or just come say hello.
I just heard, again, a noise in this cabinet near the tea again. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. How many of you are here?
There's one.
Can you tell me what's in here?
What the hell was that?
Did someone just come?
Gosh.
I'm following. I thought someone was coming in. Yeah, let's see if they talk to a male better. Usually the case.
So someone before said that they were betrayed. Can you tell me what you were trading? How did you get betrayed? Can you repeat it but a bit clearer, please?
Yeah.
We're listening.
I feel like that's a dad.
Dad? I'm not your dad.
Maybe you...
Speak.
Don't speak.
Oh, I was going to say maybe it was like a relative betrayal between relatives and, well, don't speak. Maybe it's like, no, don't tell them.
We're listening. We want to hear.
We're not here to judge. James, are you around? I've heard that the people who frequent here were talking to someone called Edward for a long time, but then they switched the name up to James and they got more interaction. So I want to call on you, James. Can you say hello? Couple.
Oh, tripwire just went off.
Did it? We had
Whoa,
both.
yeah, tripwire just went off. Did someone just join this room with us?
That's exciting to me because that's exactly why I put down cat balls and the tripwire, because if you get two things going off at the same time, it's more interesting to me.
And one does electromagnetic fields, one does physical movement. Who just walked in?
Let's sit on the floor, Jared. Honestly, if it's children, and I feel like children are likely to play with the balls in tripwire.
I feel weird though, because although they said that they get a lot of children here, we've got the word betrayed and something doesn't tell me that a child said that. That doesn't seem like a word a child would say.
True.
Are there any children here? Can you tell us about the people that are here? Are there any dogs here?
Yes, Scooby, Scooby, Scooby.
Don't just say
Phillips,
fetch.
or
I heard it say fetch.
I heard like Phillips.
I heard it say fetch. We'll have to do a little poll on that one.
Yeah.
That's funny though, because we were talking about dogs.
I was going to say
Philip
like,
could be a name though, yeah.
Scooby, Scooby, Scooby. Scooby, Scooby, Scooby. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? How do you talk to a dog? I don't know. Thank you for lighting these balls up. What colours can you see?
You know what's interesting as well? That cat ball that is going off right now, that's not one of the ones you swapped either.
No, and the ones I've swapped have stopped.
Have stopped. It tells me it's not like the floor or something, you know?
So I know just behind me, down here, under this cabinet here, feet have been seen, walking, shuffling through. And I'm pretty sure the little girl was seen down there, somewhere around where we're getting the cat balls go off in the tripwire.
As you say it.
As I say it, like right on cue. The little girl's name is thought to be Elizabeth. I don't know if that's like known historical. I think it is actually, but Elizabeth, if you're here, I know people have seen you. I would love to see you myself or just to talk, if that's something you can do. I thought it said, we'll show you tonight or something along those lines.
Yeah, I heard the tonight bit.
Okay.
What are you going to show us? Ooh, you know what I just thought?
What?
We're going to show you tonight. We're going to see you later. Maybe they can show us whatever it is.
Elizabeth.
Maybe. Although that was a man's voice though.
Yeah. Ball again. That camera should get it though. Okay, where should I go for you to show me this? Come on, come talk to us, please. Tripwire. Okay, I can see you down the end there. The tripwire just lit up down the far end where the cat ball's been going nuts. Can you come a bit closer to me and talk to me, please?
Another noise behind me. Could be the door in the wind. I'm just going to run Ghost Original because we got that word before.
Maybe you prefer to talk using this, if it's easier. All right.
I'm just going both.
Which hand? Pick a side, choose a side.
Right, we've got two ways you can communicate. The way we used earlier where you said the word betrayed.
Greetings.
Greetings. Ooh. Hello. Who are we speaking with?
This may mean nothing, but I am getting a sharp pain and it's coming sort of down through my face and out through this tooth. It's very weird.
That is weird.
It's been like, coming on now. It's starting to go now. It's like leaving now.
It came through your tooth.
Yeah, it was like coming down here and out through this tooth. There might be a visual migraine now. Yeah, there is. Yeah. It was like an instant headache coming down through my face. And now I've got a visual anomaly. Last time I had this was at Penhurst State School, and that was a very active night. So I don't know if this is like building up to something.
For those who haven't experienced this before, a visual or ocular migraine is characterized by a temporary visual distortion that appears as a sparkling or shimmering type of light that slowly expands outwards, taking over one's vision. I've done my best to find a visual representation of what one of these actually looks like for you. These can be followed by an actual headache or even migraine. I've experienced this before, not from a paranormal standpoint, but this one in particular would make me question whether I was being influenced by something here.
Something happened to someone here? Okay, you've got to tell us something and give us a sign or we're going to have to go.
Ooh. I feel like that just said behind you.
I just closed my eyes and put my hands over my eyes because I'm getting a migraine and I saw an old gaunt man's face.
Let me just stop rolling on all this stuff.
I'm not looking, I'm just closing my eyes. I don't see the face anymore. This was like a split second thing.
Okay, I'm just gonna put original down and I'll put the camera on you for a sec.
Yeah, this is quite weird.
Do you want to sit down or get a glass of water or something?
I want to know, I'm all hot now, really hot. Maybe I'm getting a freaking migraine, but like I feel like a sweaty pig all of a sudden. I saw an old man's face, like quite old. don't know how to describe it other than like, think of like Prince Philip. I'm not saying it was him, but I'm just saying like that kind of looking person. And it was just for a split.
Oh!
What?
My phone just moved. Damn it, no cameras are pointing at it. My phone just moved.
What do you mean?
My phone just moved. It just slid.
It is on an angle.
Tis.
To play devil's advocate, but okay. I feel like there's something weird going on here.
Literally, I saw it with my eyes. My phone just moved.
I feel like my vision's cleaning up a bit now. This is weird. And I can't tell you this is paranormal, like this is a medical thing, but how it's come on is really weird. Really, really weird.
This was a weird moment. After developing a visual migraine, I'd close my eyes to see the face of an older man appear, with Jared shortly after witnessing his phone slide across the surface it was perched upon. Despite this all, we didn't receive any further interaction, and since I wasn't feeling great, we decided to take a short break before continuing our investigation in another area of the inn.
So as you walk through the main entrance of the Jamaica Inn, you go into what we now call the main bar. But years ago it was the dining lounge. And when you look at the beautiful big granite fireplace, there's a table and chairs right next to it, and that is what we call Jack's Corner. In 2018, a man was seen sitting on a chair with his elbow on the table, black hair, curly beard, and white beautiful frilly shirt, breeches, typical late Georgian attire, watching 3 investigators calling out as one looked to the right. She said it wasn't that she saw a ghost, it was the expression, half amusement, half what the hell are you doing? You know, the biggest video that's out there is obviously the phone coming off the wall. Now at the time, that phone, you could not just place the handle. We went back and tested it again and again. You have to physically catch it. And we tried jumping up and down, so we couldn't debunk that. Well, that was interesting. That was on a Sunday night when Hazel, the barmaid that you see on the video, says she hears the bar door open at 10:30, but no one walk in. And then moments later, you see the phone picked up and just flung. Originally as well, the interesting thing, we also have reports of a serving girl in a Victorian mauve dress with a dirty apron and a cap walking towards a lady on a Friday evening, about 9:15. And the lady's looking at this beautiful dress girl thinking how fabulous the Jamaica Inn staff are for dressing up. So she picks up her empty glass, she goes to give it towards this girl, promptly disappears.
Public bar. This, guys, is what I think of when I think of the Jamaica Inn. This bar, this is like the oldest part here of the building as well, or one of the first original parts, and I love it in here.
Ooh, look, Ames. Australian $5 bill. I love when bars do that, collect dollars. Oh, another one. Wow.
$10, sweet.
Another one. Yeah, there it is. Wow, $15.
We are about to get started with our walkthrough, but before we do, I just want to note some things for you guys that are really weird to draw connections between. We took a break, and now that we've come back from taking that break, I feel completely fine. I don't have a headache, I have a bright light in my eyes, my visual migraine completely gone. So I've never had an experience like that where I just feel completely fine afterwards. I don't know what happened to me in there, but talking to our guides, Corinne and Gemma, they did give us some insight.
It's weird because we told them what happened to Amy. We told them about the feeling hot. We told them about the man that she saw when she closed her eyes. And they were telling us some stories that they didn't share in the interview of similar experiences people have actually reported in that area.
The feeling hot, other people have felt that. They've also sort of smelt smoke, or the hot feeling is so intense that they feel almost like they're on fire. People have cited a stable boy, a stable hand with a half-burned face. Perhaps something happened, perhaps someone caught on fire here, perhaps the overwhelming heat I felt was relevant to something.
And they also said people have reported seeing like a man in grey or a grey man. I know that that's pretty vague, but you saying you're seeing an old man when you closed your eyes, I think that's pretty cool that people have reported that. And they hadn't told us that in the interview, so that's crazy.
It was weird because I definitely saw a distinct face when I closed my eyes for a split second, and I thought, oh, it wasn't relayed to me like, oh yeah, this is like a common ghost that people see here. Do you know what I mean? Like if I saw maybe a little girl in Victorian era clothing, that would be like, oh wow, nail on the head. People have sighted a grey man walking directly past this inn, just outside on the road outside. And the whole Bodmin Moor, where this place sits in the middle of, is super haunted. A lot of legends, folklore, and seriously crazy paranormal things happen out here.
And this is the oldest part of the pub, right? So we're standing right now in the oldest part of the hotel.
Yeah, this is the this is the oldest part. Medicine.
Medicine. I wonder if, I don't know if medicine was smuggled.
Somebody's sick, do you need help? Yeah, it's interesting to get a response here straight off the bat because it took us ages to get one in there when we had Betrayed, right?
Yeah, we didn't get really much in there on the Ghost of Original.
We were speaking to a local before. He said that he was sitting in this seat one day and a woman in a Victorian era dress walked right past and disappeared out here.
Through that door there. So even like the regulars that come here have stories.
This was not just cited by him, this was cited by multiple people, which is amazing. Now over here is a very special seat. This is Jack's seat. Jack is probably the most famous ghost here, usually seen by this fireplace. But Jack is a bit of a prankster, bit of a butt grabber.
Ceiling.
Can you make a noise up there?
I've also heard that Jack likes to lead you astray as an investigator as well. Like he'll ask questions and he'll just give you the wrong answers.
Yeah, specifically as well, like related to his death. Like he's like, I died this way, I died this way, I died this way. I'm buried here, I'm buried here, I'm buried here. You know what we do with butt grabbing ghosts though, Jared?
What do we do with butt grabbing ghosts?
Remember the butt grab challenge we did at Hilo County Jail? Offer you a bum up. He's grabbed dudes' bums.
Dudes? Oh.
Yeah.
All right. No! Did it just say bring it to me?
Yes!
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, it's here. It's yours for the taking, Jack.
Bring it to me. Actually, I've got a torch in my pocket. Let me take that.
Alright.
That is so weird that it said that. Dun, 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 ding, ding. Well, he didn't grab my butt, but it sounded like he wanted to. Bring it to me. Weird thing to say too.
It sounded so creepy. Hey, the butt experiment finally paid off though.
Alright, there is more to this bar though, guys, that we want to show you. Love. No!
My name is Amy. This is Jared.
I think...
talking about that you love one of us.
I do feel like they're talking about me.
How do you feel about Jared being here? What do you think of this man?
Love. Oh, I feel violated. Some creeper's like pervert on me or something.
Welcome to the experience of like pretty much every woman in a bar. This isn't as paranormally active these days, but there has been a sighting that is sort of older. And this isn't something that is as prevalent, like people hearing this or seeing this all the time. But right behind Jared, a man in a green cape has been seen. And he's walked pretty much through this door and then through this room here. It's just like a dude in a green cape, and that was sighted maybe in the 1970s, I believe. We're now moving into a separate area of the restaurant. This is a more modern, built on later part of the inn, but there is a lot of activity that has occurred around here, including a modern ghost sighting, which I'm very excited about because I guess it's a myth. A lot of people say, why don't you ever hear of modern ghosts? It's always these old ghosts. But I hear from people all the time about more modern ghosts, and perhaps there's been one down here.
One of my most interesting experiences here was before I was a member of the team. I came here on a public night and I was with some guests who I'd not met before, and we were sort of sat down on the floor on the gift shop corridor by the loos, and nobody should have been down the other end of the corridor. All the other guests had
allocated areas, and this was our area for the night. So we were just sat there, nothing much was happening, it felt absolutely fine. And then all of a sudden we saw a young man, solid, walk from right to left at the end of the corridor, but his top half looked like modern clothing, completely solid. And one of the guests with me said, oh, it's, you know, someone's disturbing us, they shouldn't be down there. But I realised he'd come from right to left, and the door that he'd come from was from the car park, which had been locked. So I knew that he shouldn't have been there. Very soon after, I got up, ran after him. He was nowhere to be seen, and nobody fitting that description was seen. He had like really closely cropped hair as well. Might have been in his sort of like late 20s to 30s, and quite tall. What was really interesting, when I was a member of the team, a group was here in the museum. One of the ladies on in the group witnessed a very similar young man walk past behind them, and his reflection was seen in one of the display cabinets. But he looked solid, and the description of this man looked very similar to the man who I had seen in the gift shop corridor. So it's certainly interesting, and it's new. So who is he? What happened to him? We don't know, but hopefully we'll find out.
So this ghost has been sighted right here, walking past this door. The people that sighted this were actually down the very end of the hallway where the toilets are, which are also supposedly haunted. But they saw this ghost walk through here, and they know for a fact this door was locked. And after chasing this person down, they couldn't find where this person was or anything like that. Ghost has also been seen in the museum by someone else independent.
Another room.
Can you tell us where to go? What room?
Center.
Are you talking about one of us, or something that you did, or somebody else?
I'm weak.
I'm weak.
Medicine, I'm weak. Okay, so
Stairs.
We just got the word upstairs.
upstairs.
You were asking where do you want us to go before?
Our rooms are up there.
We will be coming upstairs a bit later.
Down here they've seen shadow people, and I think there's been a man sighted down here as well, but they've also had activity that's like people feeling a dog brush past them down here too. So can you make a loud noise for us, something like this? Can you tell me what's upstairs?
Or who?
Or who?
We now decided to move back to the area we'd seen most interactions and reach out via an ST session while sitting in Jack's chair. Here, Jared would wear noise-cancelling headphones while listening to a spirit box and relaying anything he heard come through, while I asked questions he could not hear. Additionally, Jared would wear Ghost Tube lens to digitally scry visual white noise to help further induce a trance-like state. If you'd like to try Ghost Tube lens for yourself, check the links below, but now let's jump into investigating.
Guys, so we're doing an ST's, Jared's putting the headset on, but I've hung these tripwire to make like a little door from the ceiling because I've got the word ceiling through, and it's just swaying. If there is someone here and you've moved this, thank you.
Thumbs up, I'm ready.
Thank you, maybe you can light it up. Walk right through the middle of it. Maybe I'll see you walk through. Maybe if you prefer you can
Go to the door.
Which door?
Under it.
Under the door. I mean, we created a little doorway using these lights. Can you walk through it, under it? Or you want me to walk under this door? I can walk under this one.
Inside.
Okay.
Your head.
What about inside my head? I heard clicking in here. What's moving in here? Oh, there's a lady in there.
I just felt like my chair was wobbling then, like someone sat down here.
Ooh, if someone just sat down with Jared, can you touch the red light in front of him?
Warm.
What's warm? Can we have your name, please?
The others.
Who are the others? Or maybe you can tell me how many others are here other than Jared and myself. So there's 2 of us. How many
Over
of you
here.
are there? Over here. Can you tell me where to go?
Yeah,
Thank you. Where should I go?
this way.
Like closer to you? I don't know if you're here with Jared, but I'll come a bit closer. I've heard this is Jack's seat.
Go there.
To Jack's seat? I can't. He's there.
Definitely.
He is definitely there. Who is Jack?
Hello.
Hello. Is this somebody new or am I talking to the same person? Can you tell me why you're here? At the Jamaica Inn. Ooh, I just got goosebumps, like a wave over me. Oh my god. Who's around me? Maybe you can make a loud noise for me like this. I want a really loud noise.
Stop it.
Are you telling me off because I was just banging on your table? I heard a weird noise, like a dragging noise. Oh my god.
Wood.
Yep, I just banged the wood. Thank you if you're near this man. If you go towards that again, light that up some more. That's really cool. Can you light that up again if it's Jack?
I feel like I just got suddenly warm as well, Ames.
Okay, well there's definitely something around him.
Pressure.
Why are people feeling warm here? I'm gonna bang the table again and see if that reacts.
Strong enough.
Oh, do you think I'm strong?
I'm here.
I know you're here because you went to that red light in front of that man and you're talking to me, thank you. Can I have a name though? Or a clue? Can you tell me if you're a man or a lady? Maybe a child?
I guess.
Yeah, what one? This feels cheeky. Maybe it is Jack.
Right here.
Okay, it is Jack. That's my confirmation, yeah? That's just crazy. Okay, whether I'm talking to Jack or someone else, I have heard in the past Australians have come here and spoken about deportation. Do you know anything about deportation? Maybe going on a boat, a ship, to somewhere like Van Diemen's Land?
More than one.
A lot more than one would have been deported, yes. I've heard that that's triggered activity in the past for other Australians that have come here. That's why I'm saying this. Maybe you can tell me about the lady that people have seen here.
We are.
What can you tell me about her?
It's your problem. Four.
4. What does 4 mean? Is that how many of you are here? You know what would be really cool? If you walked up next to me right now. I won't be scared, I promise.
You're not.
I'm not scared, no.
Philip.
Philip? Who's Philip? I thought I heard that come through Vox earlier.
Thanks to our guides Karin and Gemma, we were able to establish that at least one Philip has a historical connection to the inn from their past research, so we do wonder if this could be meaningful.
Now I've heard, or when I've seen footage, seen it happen, there's someone here who can move things.
He left.
Oh, he left, he's not here anymore, the person that moves things. I've seen pints of beer be moved off of and smashed off of tables, and a phone come flying off of the hook behind the bar here. I was talking to one of the staff members earlier and he said that one of their metal dog food biscuit tins flew out from the bar. Who is him? Who is he? Is he responsible for moving things, the poltergeist?
Don't go.
I'm not going anywhere.
Positive.
Let's see if I can see anything out here. Do you like having
Go back.
visitors? I think you just said go back, which is weird. It's like, because I just walked away. I'm back. You like talking to me?
And Jared?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you. You said love earlier as well, so I'm hoping that you like us, yeah?
Oh, I'm getting really hot again, Ames.
The hot is weird. Normally it's cold. You get
Let's try to say the name
chills.
Philip again.
Philip. Who is Philip? What's your connection and relation to this building?
Come back.
Do you want me back over this side? Is that what you want? It might be that we're like talking to multiple people right now.
Leave.
Who are you talking to? I feel like there's someone new. I heard a bang.
Come back.
Who are you talking to? You're not talking to me right now, are you? Just gonna check this room.
Are you blowing on me? On my face?
Obviously I'm not blowing on Jared, I'm in a different room. I think he's still under, but... Are you touching this man? If you are, can you touch the red light as well?
I want...
Tell me what you want. Maybe I can bring you something or do something for you.
food.
Oh, I just asked what you want. You want food?
Can't afford it.
I can bring you some food. If you light up that red light in front of Jared right now, I'll bring you some food.
You work here?
I don't work here. I mean, I work here for the night. This is my job, just trying to talk to you. Do you work here?
No.
What is your job?
You.
Can you tell me your name and where you're from? Maybe we can be friends.
Okay.
I'd love that. So your name is?
I'm close.
You're near me. Can you go to the red light, please? It won't hurt you.
Although it seemed I had made a new friend, we didn't receive much else, so we moved upstairs to continue our investigation.
It's time to go upstairs now and continue walking through. We're doing the bedrooms now. This is where I had my experience earlier today, and probably what I am most excited for, to be honest, here at the Jamaica Inn. The stories here are just like so plentiful for each room. No ass grabbing yet?
Not yet.
Why do they gotta put this here? Birds.
That bird is not going to be hurting you tonight, Ames.
This whole hallway is our hallway. This is the paranormal hallway.
So the hallway is quite an interesting one, and one that some investigators forget to do. Many a time you'll hear footsteps, and when you open your door, there will be no one there, but also the motion activated lights haven't been activated. Also pranking, supposedly by the children, knocks on doors. That happens all round the inn. You go to open your door, there's no one there.
So guys, there's sensor lights on these hallways. You would have just seen them turn on as we came up. People have reported these turning on their own when there's no one even here.
Footsteps and movement down here, super common as well. This here though, in between room 3 and 4, is where I had my experience earlier today. Essentially, we had just checked in, walked up here. Jared had carried a bunch of our bags, and we had just placed our bags here. He went down to get more bags from the car because, oh my God, we have so much stuff. I was about to enter room 4 and I started to hear a child crying. So I whipped out my phone and I just started filming myself and just waited and stayed quiet for a moment. It kept going and it's so loud and prominent, but it was just happening in this vicinity, right? It was either coming from room 4 or room 3. What's crazy is in room 3, children have been reported crying. People sometimes say it's babies. I feel like though the crying that I recorded sounded more like a toddler. I later played this video and got confirmation from one of our guides tonight who has also heard the crying, and she feels it's more of a toddler as well.
Just got the word real.
Maybe it's saying like this is a real thing, like the baby, you know what I mean?
And just for reference, guys, like this wall between rooms 3 and 4, it's actually...
Humiliate.
Humiliate?
You hear it.
Can you hear it?
I heard it today. Guys, I'm gonna actually just insert the clip here because I want you to hear it so bad. Baby crying. There is no guests out there. I feel like it was coming from this room as well. I heard the baby crying.
What?
I heard the
Were you
baby
recording?
crying. Well, I pulled my phone out. I don't know how good the audio will be, but I've heard the baby crying. It was in this room. It might have been in room 3 or this room. But as soon as I went to that further back in the hall, it wasn't there. I came back and it was here. It was like right in front of that door.
So you weren't rolling at the time?
I think I've got it.
This moment was very strange. Admittedly, I can't say with full confidence that this was indeed paranormal. You may have been able to hear this in the footage, but the public bar and restaurant downstairs were still open to guests at the time I had recorded this. If I wasn't aware of the ghost story of a baby crying, I might not have even thought to film this moment. However, I did check with Jared, who had just been downstairs, as well as a staff member at this time, whether there were any young children or babies crying in the bar beneath me at this time. No one was able to recall such an incident, and when I checked the downstairs area just after filming this clip, I could not see any children around.
This is room 3. A lot of ghost stories centre here. Of course, you've got the baby crying, children. And they said this is a woman's room because women can get overcome with emotion here.
So with room 3, it's a very interesting one and a favourite amongst the paranormal team. We refer to it as a woman's room. So you get a crying woman, crying baby, heard a lot. Also you get children putting handprints on the mirror when they've just been cleaned. So housekeeping usually moan after we've been here because they said that it steers everything up. In 2018, a boy about 12 with a flat check cap was standing at the edge of the bed. One of the occupants woke up, who was quite startled to see him before he disappeared. But it's also a room of sorrow, crying, and some women when they walk in there, they feel as if they want to cry. So whether they're picking up on past emotions, because you know during that time having children, half of them probably wouldn't live to the age of 5, so death was quite a commonplace, and unfortunately death did seem to take the landlords here at an early age, leaving a widow behind.
I actually feel like early. I was actually going to say, like, early when we were talking to our guides, our interviewers, they were saying that the baby noises had actually been heard in the past in this room, which is the room between rooms 3 and 4. It's like, now it's sort of like
Is
a
that
closet.
window open?
No.
How is that moving then?
I don't know, breeze around the edge of the window.
I'm going to walk into this room because sometimes women cry in here. I'm just going to vibe.
Oh, you got a scrying mirror too. Check that out. Are you feeling anything?
I feel like my pulse is high, like my heart rate is high, but it could be all the coffees I've had today and lack of sleep and also anticipation of coming in here. I don't feel sad right now though.
How?
How?
How do you not feel sad right now?
I'm sorry, I know this is something probably very terrible happened in here, and I'm sorry if you experienced something negative. I'm not feeling what you felt though, right now. If you would like me to feel that, I invite you to use your energy to show me what you felt.
You know what though, all of these rooms have stories, right? So this one's the women's room. You're gonna be sleeping here, right?
Yeah. One of the things that freaks me out the most is the 12-year-old boy standing at the end of the bed. Someone woke up and saw this kid just staring at them sleep. That freaks me out.
What, so it's like right here?
Right, exactly where you're
That's
standing.
weird.
Yeah.
Why would a kid watch people sleep? Right, I'm staying in room 4. Alright guys, so this is room 4. It looks sort of similar to Amy's, but backwards. I'm a little bit freaked out to stay here. So there's been 2 figures or entities or shadows that have been seen here. One in this far corner over here, and another in this one here. What's weird is they call this one the Gandalf spirit, because apparently he looks like Gandalf. You shall not pass!
You need a staff.
So room 4 again, now that's an interesting room. A man stands by the window with a tricorn hat watching the occupants as they sleep. We also in the alcove have a hooded figure, and we call him Gandalf because that is the nearest way we can describe what he looks like. A grey shawl with a big hood, straggly white beard. But he's now seen around in the lower restaurant and also in room 34.
But anyway, room 4. So guys, I'll be sleeping here tonight. So if there are any spirits in here, I'm going to be spending the night. I would say I would appreciate it if you show yourself, but I'm going to say she would appreciate it if you show yourself. I'm hoping for a good night's sleep tonight. I'm tired.
You might not get it in here.
Okay, next room.
We've also had a still camera out here this whole time. Who knows, maybe it will pick up voices, the footsteps. Giggling has been heard down here. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe because it's late at night. I don't know. Okay, let's go into room 5.
So room 5 tends to be the best known one due to the folklore of a little girl called Hannah. This didn't exist about 12-13 years ago, so it shows the power of a folklore becoming a historical fact. We do know of the children in there. We know of a tricorn man that walks through the wardrobe, but we also know the layout of the bedrooms were so different. Not so much now, but sometimes you would get a report of an older woman, like a housekeeper. The man that I described downstairs with the black hair and beard has also been reported standing outside room 5. So is he the one that does the footsteps? And interestingly, the hallway is thickly carpeted, but the footsteps sound as if they're on wood.
Room 5 is an interesting one. We have been told it's been less active as of late, but children and even wet footsteps on the floor have been reported in here.
People have heard like a nursery rhyme being sung in here or something.
A woman singing, yeah. Again, common. I feel like I need to lower my voice. Or is it just because I got told be quiet? Or is it just like, why am I doing this?
I don't know, because like there are other people that are staying in the hotel, but this part of the hotel, like below us, would just be like the bar area.
So there's no one down
we're not
there.
going to wake anyone up, at least no one living.
This whole wing is ours as well. Like we can be as loud as we want down here. Like anyone staying here is in the detached modern part, or like a whole nother wing down there. Like there's no noise contamination. Like I wouldn't wake anyone up. Let's go in the last room. That one actually freaks me out.
Hey.
Room 6.
Room 6, another strange one, and since January 2023 it seems to have overtaken the others with activity. So you have the big shadow man that stands in the bathroom doorway watching the occupants sleep. We've had the bathroom door filmed shut, and you can hear the catch being shut and then opened, people having their hair touched, And we have a report of a lady in the 1970s who saw a shadow come under the door, raise up, come towards her, then went back under the door. And she said she's never stayed in that room since.
Room 6. I think this is the coldest room. You feel that?
Yeah, I do. We didn't leave the window open today, did we?
Hidden. Where are you hidden?
I just want to say, this doorway here in the bathroom, this is where a figure has been seen watching people in bed, like a shadow figure, right here.
That's what freaks me out here.
Maybe if this is you that's making these words come through, then yes, we can hear you.
Make a loud noise.
You can hear us, I'm guessing?
Okay.
No!
Yes, we can hear you. I'll answer that. Can you make a noise closer to me?
Whoa!
Oh my god.
That was the bed. These are 4-poster beds, guys.
That was wood.
That was wood.
I have full chills. Putting this device on this bed, if you go up to it and use your energy, maybe you can talk to us. We would love to know who the man seen here is. Silly.
I wasn't doing anything stupid then, was I?
Generally, you are doing stupid stuff, but I don't think so. I don't know.
That is so weird. On command, you were like, can you make a noise for me? And then this bed sort
Well,
of
it
like
made
this
a noise,
wood.
and then we asked for
Was it like
one
this?
closer.
Was it like this? No, it wasn't squeak. It was more
It was
like
like
a thud.
little...
Yeah, it was more like a thud.
Can you do that again, just twice like this?
Oh, this one's got a key. Yeah, it doesn't open either. Never mind.
Is there something else that you can step forward and say to us here? Not. It's like it doesn't want to share anymore.
Whoa.
What the f was that? Was that the closet that you were just...
I don't know, but you did say, can you make a noise like this? And I feel
And
like,
that was two.
I feel like that noise was 2, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we're gonna do this. Can you do this?
3 times.
So far, to us, this room had felt the most active upstairs, so we set up to spend a bit more time experimenting in this space, with myself wearing noise amplifying Lucid headphones to potentially hear EVPs live in the moment, but also GhostTube Lens to digitally scry visual white noise, while GhostTube Seer could produce images based off of environmental readings interpreted by AI. Additionally, we placed a GhostTube SLS camera outside in the hallway to further monitor for activity.
We got the word upstairs earlier, like someone was telling us to come up here. Can you show us who that was? Or maybe tell us, maybe whisper to that lady there in her ear.
Am I hearing the wind? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very windy outside right now. How are you feeling, Ems? Like, do you get any vibes in this room?
I'm a little nervous considering my back is to where the shadow man appears, but I feel okay right now. Can you show me the person that's always seen in this room? And if anyone in the hallway can hear my voice, people hear you walking and pacing out there a lot. Could you do that for us now? I'm hearing like banging.
I wasn't sure because it was like whether it was a wind or not, but it sounded like the bed, again, the bed frame. So I'm on a 4-poster bed right now and it's made out of like solid wood and it sounded like that. Who is it that hangs around in this room? Why are you still here?
I've just got an image.
Oh, what are you seeing?
I'm inside in a room. I'm in, it's like an arched doorway or hallway. I wouldn't say it exactly looks like here.
Can you show us what you look like, or maybe an object in this room? Just let us know that you can understand us, that you can hear us.
Maybe you can touch me. I've heard that people get touched here.
Maybe you can come touch me.
This is not an image I'm seeing. This is an image that just popped into my head. Just started for some reason thinking about a dreidel.
A dreidel?
Like a spinning dreidel. This isn't an image we can show you guys. This isn't something being produced. I'm just seeing a dreidel.
Just a vibe you're feeling?
It's just something that I just started thinking about. So I'm just going to say it. I have no idea if that's relevant.
Here I began to visualize an image in my head. This was not something produced through Sia, so perhaps it was more of a psychic moment for me. I was specifically seeing a wooden instrument spinning, which I described as a dreidel. I'm not sure that a dreidel would be relevant to this location, but I've since gone down a rabbit hole of research and found something that may be noteworthy to the Jamaica Inn. Here is an image similar to what I had seen in my head. This is not actually a dreidel, but a teetotum. Something that the dreidel originated from and that I didn't even know existed at the time of filming this episode. The teetotum appears in the English language sometime in the early 1700s, but it is thought to have originated in Germany during the Middle Ages. It did eventually evolve into a gambling device and was used throughout England for centuries. I cannot find specific links for a teetotum used in Cornwall, Bodmin, or at the Jamaica Inn, but being a place frequented by smugglers, I'd say it could well have been relevant. Do you think that this could be of significance? Leave us a comment.
Are you moving?
Scratching my head.
I can hear it. I'm getting cold.
Cold? Oh, that normally means something's about to happen. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps too now that you said it.
Yep, and now I've got an image.
I swear sometimes we know it. What are you saying?
This looks like a big farm looking thing, a small part of a crop that I can see in the foreground, then a big wooden barn, like a couple of buildings, and there's some trees in the background. That's all I can tell you.
Interestingly, the museum where we were filming earlier, that is what would have been the barn.
True, yeah, like the stable barn. It doesn't heaps look like this building, but I'm pretty sure there's like, this moors is all like farmland, right?
If the words selected are like barn or stables or something like that, and that's fed to the area, that's a very plausible picture that could come up.
Yeah, true. Thank you for showing me that. Can you maybe show me something within this room, what you can see here? I would like to see you. Your face, what you're wearing, where you're standing. Something about you.
Oh my god!
What? What?
The cat ball behind you just lit up.
Alright, if you're back there, you're behind me. Can you come up a bit closer to me? Don't be shy. We want to see you. That's freaking me out.
You know what's weird? I was actually asking for it to show itself, hoping it would show itself on Sia, but instead it lit up the cat ball that's in the bathroom behind you.
Ugh, it's giving me chills.
Maybe that was its way of letting us know that it's here. Okay.
Thank you.
That scared the out of me.
You scared me.
And again, oh my god, there it goes. Holy
Can you knock the ball off? Throw that ball on the floor.
Can you imagine that?
That's my challenge to you.
It's just stopped. Neither of us were moving then. What?
3 little kids looking at me.
Kids?
Yes, but they're not kids at the same time. They've got like elf ears. I can't tell if they're their ears though, like kind of like little pixies. There's 3 of them staring at me. They look like little old men or something. One is maybe pointing at me. Children is super prevalent here. I don't know what's with the ears. It's a weird image. It's really weird. Can I just say as well, I know there's a thing here where the kids can be really, really cheeky, where they run up and knock on your door. People will open their doors here and there's no one there, and it's the kids messing around. Maybe the little like elf is like a depiction of the being cheeky, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Reflecting on this image makes me also think of an old piece of Cornish law relating to entities in the area known as Piskies. These are basically a race or tribe of fairies that inhabit the area of Cornwall, characterised by wrinkled faces like little old men, and usually seen as being cheerful and mischievous, but also helpful as long as you stayed on their good side. I'm not saying we were communicating with Piskies here, but since the image relates to this piece of folklore from the area, it could hold relevance to the Jamaica Inn and its spirits. We're just not sure what that could be.
Can you come up and knock on the door now for us? You cheeky kids, better not knock on that door. Oh my god!
What the heck? Oh my god.
Can I just say, we were getting like knocks earlier on command. Is it possible that wasn't the figure in the bathroom that we've been saying? Maybe it was the children?
Oh, I've got all of the chills all down my back.
And with that, it was time to get some shut-eye before morning broke. We decided it best to sleep alone so we could maximise the spaces we could monitor overnight. I opted to sleep in room 3, known for child spirits and eliciting an emotional response from women, while Jared slept alone in room 4, where a shadow figure has been seen, as well as an entity that resembles Gandalf. We also set up a still camera alone within room 6, as we had just documented some moments in there that seemed intelligent. Here is what we captured overnight.
Okay, ghosts, if there's anyone in here. If you got to this light on the bed here, might be able to see that you're here with me.
Oh my god. Thank you. Guys, I've been hearing something in here. A lot of wind noise outside, but I'm hearing like sliding or shuffling in here, and then my EMF lantern went off. Can you come back to that light if you're here?
I recall feeling that there was someone else in the room that night, and for me, the EMF lantern confirmed this feeling. This was the only time the lantern spiked throughout the entire night, and it did so right around the time I had felt as though someone was in the room with me. Could this have been coincidental or validation on how I was feeling?
Those noises were this side as well, and that's right where the boy has been sitting.
We certainly had a wild night at the extremely haunted Jamaica Inn, one of the most paranormally active places in England. From the feelings, noises, communication and device interaction, this is a place that has certainly left a mark on me. If you've watched this far and enjoyed the investigation, why not consider liking and leaving a comment on this video? Then hit subscribe and have all notifications turned on for this channel. It's free and helps us travel to more haunted locations from all over the world, like the castles, forests, and asylums we have coming up in future episodes real soon. You won't want to miss the next paranormal investigation on Amy's Crypt.
Guys, I'm filming a quick exit now. It's almost 10 and I've got to finish packing up. There's crap everywhere. I think Jared is still asleep. But I just wanted to give a quick thank you before I go to the Jamaica Inn and the paranormal team last night, namely Karen and Gemma. They were awesome, so lovely, so welcoming, so accommodating, and so welcoming to Jared and I for just being in Cornwall, not just the Jamaica Inn. It was really lovely, kind of refreshing. It's still blowing a gale, it's still stormy this morning. It's really cool to wake up to. I didn't get much sleep last night. This is night 4 of investigating. Sleeping at the venue every single night, so I'm pretty rooted, and we have a bit of a drive upon us before we get to our next location. By the time you're watching this, it's probably like months have passed since we actually filmed this, but right now I'm in the midst of having a little video skip, and people always say don't apologize, hey, you need to do what you need to do, but I do want to just say sorry. We've just been working so hard on the filming front. I got really sick on this trip, and I'm just sort of getting over that now, and it's been 3 weeks. So yeah, it's been a pretty brutal trip, but I'm hoping all the videos come together well. I do think that we've had some crazy experiences and captured some really amazing footage, and the places we've been filming they're just epic. This one in particular was cool. I think the stable area, how I got affected down there, was really, really strange for me. We had a few nibbles in the bar, but I think room 6 was very cool, and then this room last night, I definitely feel like there was somebody in here. I don't think I feel threatened or anything, like nothing bad. I mean, they mostly say kids are in here, so it could have just been that. I was hearing, the thing that was confirmation for me though, and hopefully it comes out on the audio, on the video, was I was hearing shuffling that was definitely on this side of the room, away from the window. It was in the room with me. I could hear it moving around. I'm hoping you can hear it over the wind because, as I said, there's like gale force winds out there. But yeah, I was hearing something, woke me up. I sat up to look to see if I could see anything. I couldn't actually see anything, but the EMF lantern that I had perched right here triggered and went off, indicating there was like an EMF spike nearby. To me, that was a bit of confirmation for what I heard and felt, because as I said, it felt like there was someone in the room. Don't know what Jared experienced yet. Don't know what potentially was captured in our locked off camera in room 6. So yeah, hopefully we had some stuff happen. I would have reviewed the footage and you would have watched it by now, so that's cool. I do feel like I'm dying a little bit now though, so I'm gonna go, but I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. It's always been a dream of mine to come to the Jamaica Inn. I'm so happy it finally happened. But yeah, we've got Patreon and YouTube members. We filmed an extra video in this bedroom last night. You'll find links to that below. Follow me on social media. We've got so many adventures coming. So many. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching from the bottom of my heart. Until next time.